We had at least eight confirmed fatalities tonight. 8 confirmed fatalities, and we had scores of individuals that were injured here in this event. We had an attendance of approximately 50,000 to the Travis Scott Astroworld Festival event.
Yeah. News and Talk 1380 WAOK, Voice in the Street Unfiltered, Xavier Brandon on the MIC.
Your girl Desi T.
Austin McCall.
And we still here with Danielle on the boards talking about Astroworld Fest 21. 8 dead, 100 injured.
And people there said, people there were claiming it was more than 8 people they saw dead.
Man.
I feel like some of the stories that we've seen or read, one girl was like, I feel like I was looking at about 8 to 10 people.
Yo, Travis Scott going through his tweets, deleting like the tweets where he has the word rager and stuff like that, like, because he don't want to be held. It's nasty business going on right now.
Erasing turn up and you know all of that.
Erasing rager specifically, because that's the term he usually. I'm pretty sure when they go to court, they're gonna bring up the fact that he uses the term rager a lot.
But then, but that just shows like you're guilty of something. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Deleting stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if that's what we should do.
I would not do it.
Should we hear what Travis has to say?
No, I don't want to play that.
Not
apology.
Not yet.
That apology is nasty.
We're gonna have to play it, Austin.
We gotta play the apology.
It's not an apology.
It's not an apology. It's a statement.
Because you can't apologize technically, right?
He has nothing to. What is he? You know.
Man, we got
a statement.
Why don't we? I mean, we the voices in the street, right?
Yeah.
So y'all want to go to the streets?
I mean, yeah. Let's take it to the street.
We got Charles Alford that was there at the event live in the flesh. Charles, talk to me. How you doing?
Charles, what's popping? Welcome to Unfiltered, man.
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. Thank you for being with us and letting us know what exactly happened.
I mean,
of course.
Charles, you've been through a lot over the last weekend. I mean, it hadn't even been 4 days since this all went down. Why don't you tell us and the listeners what you saw at Astroworld? What led to these events?
Like, walk us through.
Yes, of course. I actually wrote everything down so I make sure I have a clear, concise timeline of my events, because this was the first concert I've ever been to where it was completely sober. So I was like, oh, I remember all of this, and I kind of wish I didn't. The show, I remember everything starting with the Little Baby set. His set ends at 7 p.m. Exactly at 7 p.m. SZA is the next set at around 8 o'clock. But she isn't coming out for a little while, so everyone's coming towards the Utopia Mountain stage. There are 2 separate stages. Little Baby and SZA are performing on a different stage. Travis is the only one performing on Utopia Mountain. Utopia Mountain's floors, it's in 3 sections. Part of it's mud, part of it is uneven, like wood paneling and plastic plates, and then the next part is wood chips. We are all walking towards Utopia Mountain. I start to notice how many people are actually there. It was an excessive amount, and the more I looked around, I didn't understand how everyone was going to be able to see this one artist from this place. So my idea became, going to a bunch of concerts, was to move all the way to the left and work my way to the front. I get to the front, and boy, was that a bad idea. The show doesn't start until 8:45. It's about 7:15. The entire crowd feels like fluid, just moving around.
Yeah.
You have no real control of your body. When I was listening to the show, you mentioned that people were walking over each other. I want to stress, this was not on purpose.
Yeah.
People that were in the front of the crowd, that were stepping on each other, walking over each other, literally had no control.
Man.
Well, hold up, real quick. What do you mean? What do you mean they didn't have any control? Like, what do you mean?
Sorry, my apologies for that. They had no control over their bodies.
Okay.
Imagine there's a bunch of people around you. You can't even move your arms from by your side. You're pretty much just swaying back and forth.
Got you. Okay.
I weigh 200 and something pounds. So my instinct became, open the space up a little bit. I opened it, and then it immediately compressed right back, as if water was filling into a cup or a crack in the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, just
No, it's
It's
fine, bro.
okay.
Take
It's
your
okay,
time.
man.
At that point, people started to complain. It was around 7:30. Personally, I was fine. I was used to this. To me, it felt like a normal concert. Ironically, I downloaded a movie on my phone, and that's how people listening to this will probably know me if they do remember me. I was in the crowd watching Mr. Robot on my phone, waiting for the Travis part to start, while SZA was performing on the other stage. The SZA finishes performing around 8:15, I believe, and a timer comes on the Travis stage where it says "See you soon" or "See you on the other side." Sorry, it says a timer comes up that says 30 minutes. At that 30-minute point, once they hit about 25 minutes, that swaying, compressing motion that was going on became 10 times worse because I couldn't move myself anymore. And at that point, I knew it was an actual problem. People began to collapse at that point. It was around 8:30. I believe I saw my first person collapse. He was about 6 feet tall. There was no chance I was going to be able to really get him where I needed to get him. So
And
our
Charles,
first instinct became...
Charles, how did you feel about the medical response at that time when you started to see people pass out and hit the ground? Did you feel like there was any help coming?
So the security guards, when the 6 feet tall guy, when we realized we couldn't move him, the security guards, we called them over and we were speaking and we were yelling at them, I should say, saying, "Hey, we can't move this guy. He's too heavy. We can't put him over our heads to surf him." And we were trying to drag him to the front. The security guards, there's two of them. I only saw two security guards for the left side of the stage. Let me start there. Only two security guards.
That's crazy.
So you saying you only saw two security guards for 50,000 people?
Yeah.
On the left side
On
of
the
the
left
stage.
side of the stage. That's still crazy.
And
In the very front, on the left side of the stage.
And just to be clear, Travis didn't have the stages spread out where it would be 10,000 people here, 10,000 people here. It was everybody at this one stage.
So it was everybody at this one stage. There was bearing, like they leave like a T-shaped what's it called? T-shaped what
barricade?
Railing. T-shaped, yes, barricade. That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you. T-shaped barricade that, separates the crowd and creates air pockets. That wasn't very helpful because people just started climbing over it and the compression became worse and worse, and that T-shaped barricade became something where people could not move at all. Once you tried to move back and you tried to get around people, you'd move all the way to the back and you'd hit the T and you'd be stuck. So you'd still have to work your way around that T. That's the norm, and I want to clarify, that's the normal way they do festivals. They have this T-shaped barricading and that normally does it. But in that T-shaped barricading is normally 30, 40, 50, 60 security guards walking up and back, passing out waters, making sure everyone's okay. I'm sorry.
No,
you're
Charles.
good.
Now it's a little frustrating.
No, Charles. As a matter of fact,
I'm realizing.
No, go ahead, Charles.
I'm realizing just how lack of prepared this was. Because I'm looking at it now. I'm watching the videos of people breaking in. I'm watching I'm looking at all the kids that I saw in the crowd. People without wristbands. People. I don't want to say popping drugs because a lot of them didn't look like they were doing drugs, but most of them seemed sober. But the one or two that were doing drugs, they were all over the place.
They were wild.
They clearly couldn't handle themselves.
Well, Charles, hold on real
Those
quick.
were the ones that were passing out too. My apologies.
No, you good. No, thank you so much, Charles. We're going to put you on hold. We're going to come to you after break. We got to go to break real quick, okay? We're going to bring you right back, okay?
Got you. My apologies. I'm
No,
don't
you're
apologize.
good.
You're
You're
doing
good.
great. You're doing great.
Yeah, we will be
Thank
right
you.
back. News and Talk 1380 WAOK, Voices in the Streets Unfiltered. We are talking Astroworld, and we do have Charles on the line with us. Make sure y'all continue to stay tuned in so we can get this full story. We'll be back.